The studio lights shone brightly, as they always did, and the familiar applause sign blinked on, signaling the audience to prepare for another morning filled with laughter, lively banter, and the warmth of a couple that had long been cherished. Yet, on this particular day, there was a subtle shift in the atmosphere, a quiet tension that felt almost like the calm before a summer storm. Kelly Ripa sat beside her husband and longtime co-host, Mark Consuelos, her hands folded tightly in her lap, her posture slightly more reserved than usual. Mark offered her his usual reassuring smile, the one he had perfected over decades together, but it didn't immediately bring her own signature grin. Instead, she inhaled deeply, a single breath, heavy with unspoken words, and in that suspended moment, the energy in the room changed. For years, audiences had delighted in watching Kelly and Mark exchange playful arguments, affectionate glances, and inside jokes, witnessing a connection so genuine that it transcended the scripted nature of television. There was a rare authenticity in their interactions, a warmth and chemistry that radiated naturally, drawing viewers into their shared world of humor, love, and companionship. A pause before words. Kelly turned toward Mark, her voice calm yet tinged with vulnerability, and began to speak. "Before we go any further today," she said, her tone steady but intimate, "there's something I want to share." A soft laugh rippled through the audience, assuming this might be another light-hearted moment, and Mark raised an eyebrow, a mix of curiosity and amusement in his expression. But the laughter dissolved when Kelly's eyes welled with tears, and a quiet hush fell across the studio. "I don't often get sentimental on camera," she continued, her voice trembling slightly. "I've spent my career trying to be strong, upbeat, and dependable, someone people can count on. But today? Today isn't about the show. Today is about us." Mark leaned forward, his expression softening with concern and tenderness, and Kelly turned fully to him, her words deliberate and heartfelt. "Mark, I don't know if I've ever said this the right way," she admitted. "Not here, not in front of millions of viewers. But if this chapter is changing, I need you to hear me say this." The phrase, "this chapter is shifting," hung in the air, carrying a gentle weight that made the audience lean in, sensing the significance behind her words. A love that feels like a story. The love story between Kelly and Mark had always felt cinematic, the kind of romance that seems scripted yet is entirely real. They had met, fallen in love, and chosen each other with a certainty that seemed almost impossible in the busy, unpredictable world around them. Together, they had built a family, weathered career highs and lows, and navigated the constant pressures of public life, all while remaining a steady anchor for one another. Kelly often spoke of how Mark grounded her, encouraged her in moments of doubt, and remained a reliable presence in a world that demanded constant adaptation. Mark, in turn, admired Kelly's resilience, humor, and unwavering dedication to her work and family. They were far from perfect, but their authenticity made every interaction feel relatable and real. "You were my safe place," Kelly said softly, reaching for Mark's hand, which he took immediately, a quiet affirmation of their connection. "You were my safe place long before cameras, applause, or expectations," she continued. "When I doubted myself, you reminded me I was enough. When I hesitated to speak, you showed me my voice mattered. When I struggled to balance career and family, you encouraged me to keep going." Mark's eyes glistened as he listened, the audience holding a respectful silence, absorbing the depth of her words and the weight of their shared history. A farewell that is not the end. Kelly paused, gathering her thoughts before continuing, her voice soft but steady. "And if this is the last time we sit side by side in this exact way," she said, "I want the world to know that everything good I've built started with you." Though addressed to Mark, her words felt universal, a gentle reminder to everyone watching about the importance of gratitude, love, and presence. "This isn't a goodbye to us," she clarified, but it is a goodbye to this version of us. The sentiment was clear. This moment was not about endings in the dramatic sense, but about acknowledging change with intention and reflection. "The show will continue," she added, "and life will move forward. But I wanted to speak out loud, because time moves faster than we often realize, and some chapters deserve recognition before they quietly close." Mark's silent affirmation. Mark didn't rush to respond. He simply looked at Kelly, the woman he had shared decades of life and love with, and nodded, a silent, steady affirmation that words could not fully capture. When he finally spoke, his voice barely above a whisper, it carried profound reassurance. "You never have to say goodbye to me," he said simply. "I'm not going anywhere." The quiet sincerity in his words resonated deeply, both in the studio and for viewers at home, a testament to the stability and depth of their connection. The audience erupted in applause, some standing, some wiping away tears, and behind the cameras, crew members visibly reflected the emotional weight of the moment. Social media quickly lit up with reactions as viewers expressed admiration and gratitude for the authenticity and tenderness displayed. This is what real love looks like. Kelly reminds us to voice the things that matter. "I didn't expect to be moved before breakfast." The resonance of genuine words. In a world filled with constant noise, sensational headlines, and fleeting moments, Kelly's words resonated because they were deeply real. There was no manufactured tension or contrived drama, only the pure honesty of a woman speaking from her heart. Her message was not an ending, but a pause, a reflection on gratitude, connection, and the quiet power of acknowledgement. Love often doesn't announce itself with grand gestures. Sometimes it whispers through gentle words, shared glances, and the simple presence of someone who knows you intimately. By speaking openly, Kelly reminded viewers that change doesn't have to be frightening. It can be an opportunity for reflection, appreciation, and mindful intention. Speaking from the heart. Long after the cameras stopped rolling, fans continued to revisit the segment, drawn not by scandal or sensationalism, but by the inspiration and comfort it offered. Kelly's words to Mark became a subtle lesson in presence, gratitude, and the importance of expressing what matters. They demonstrated that saying what you feel, acknowledging shared experiences, and holding space for each other are essential parts of human connection. As the show moved to commercial, Kelly rested her head against Mark's shoulder, and he kissed the top of her head, an unscripted gesture of love that captured the simplicity and intimacy of their bond. In that fleeting moment, the message was clear. Authentic love, when expressed openly, has the ability to slow time, even briefly, leaving viewers moved, contemplative, and inspired to embrace their own meaningful connections. Lessons from a farewell. This farewell was not about leaving, but about honoring what had come before and embracing what lies ahead. Kelly reminded viewers that life is composed of fleeting moments, people who matter, and love that deserves recognition. By modeling honesty, presence, and grace, she elevated an ordinary television segment into a reflection on human connection. In a world dominated by headlines and fleeting attention, authentic emotions remain enduring, relatable, and profoundly moving. Her words taught that acknowledging what matters is a form of love in itself, and that expressing gratitude and appreciation enriches both life and relationships. Love, presence, and gratitude. As the day unfolded, the resonance of that moment lingered. Kelly and Mark's exchange became a lesson in mindfulness, attention, and gratitude, reminding viewers that expressing love is more than just words. It is shown in shared gestures, in presence, and in acknowledgement. Speaking honestly, holding hands through transitions, and celebrating the people around us are essential acts of connection. In a world where so much is temporary, these moments endure quietly, shaping hearts and inspiring reflection. Living with awareness. In the days and weeks that followed, the significance of that morning remained palpable. Kelly reflected on the importance of noticing, valuing, and expressing love in real time, understanding that life moves quickly and waits for no one. Change arrives subtly, yet when it does, it asks for attention, gratitude, and intention. By honoring these moments, we create a life filled with awareness, presence, and deeper human connection, learning that even small gestures can carry extraordinary meaning and leave a lasting imprint. A quiet lesson in love. Ultimately, the segment became a timeless reminder. Love is not measured by grand declarations or dramatic acts, but by consistency, presence, and genuine acknowledgement. Kelly and Mark reminded viewers that every relationship deserves gratitude, every partnership benefits from attention, and every chapter, whether long or short, is worth honoring fully. Love can be quiet, gentle, and understated, yet it resonates most when it is authentic, intentional, and seen by another heart. A moment that lasts. That morning, Kelly and Mark shared a moment that transcended television. It was a pause, a reflection, and a gentle reminder that love and gratitude should be expressed openly and without hesitation. Viewers were left with a quiet inspiration to speak the things that matter, to notice the people around them, to hold hands, and to cherish each moment while it is still present. Their vulnerability, authenticity, and unwavering connection created a bridge to anyone willing to watch, listen, and feel, leaving an enduring imprint that went far beyond the screen. It was a testament to the quiet, powerful beauty of love lived fully, with attention, gratitude, and care.